Welcome guys to a new episode of EB Car Projects. Today we're going to be doing one major thing, and that is to change the thermostat because the car is just running too cold. When your car runs too cold, one major thing happens, and that is there is too much friction and then you damage your pistons. I also did is change the oil in the car and the oil filter. Engine normally has two major parts to it that cools it down and lubricates it. So I've done the oil, which means it now lubricates properly, and then the new filter will clean out any gunk or any small fibers of metal that's already been broken down. I'm only going to run it for 2,000 miles in the new oil, and then I'll change it again. The second thing is to be cleaned within the cooling ports. Also gather some dirt inside as well as the radiator. So what I'm going to tackle today is trying to clean and also change the thermostat in the meantime, the engine, and then the antifreeze inside. I have brand new antifreeze concentrated bought, so I'm gonna run the engine twice with water only once I've changed the thermostat, and then once I'm satisfied if it's cleaned, then I'll drop the water out and put the new antifreeze in. So let's have a look and I'll show you in a minute. Right, so I'm going to show you how quickly I'll change the oil. It's actually very easy stuff. First thing you do, you pop this out, so you let the air come into the engine when you unscrew from underneath from the sump. So I put this like this. I went underneath the car, opened up the sump, and literally let the oil drain out. Once that's done, I change the oil filter, which is right there. If you can remember from previous video, that was white, now it's black. So we have new oil. I change the filter, screw back into the sump, and then I filled it with oil. This is the oil we have right now. As you can see, it is gathering and cleaning the engine. It should have been a little, when I put it in, was clear looking. Now it's already dirty because the engine hasn't had oil change in a very long time. So this will need changing in the next few thousand miles. The reason I want to change the thermostat is because today I want to do a long drive. I'm looking around 250 miles today alone, so I need the engine to be running nice and warm, especially because it's petrol, and a petrol engine needs to run warm because of spark and when it burns fuel. Okay, now as you can see, we're running a little bit low, and also it's super dirty, so we're gonna have to clean this one up. I'll take this one out, we'll change the thermostat. Because the car is running so cold, I can't use this thermostat right now to actually open up the thermostat and let the new water circulate through the engine. So the first thing I need to do is change the thermostat, and then I can start cleaning, and then I'll put the new antifreeze, and after that I might be looking into change the petrol filter. Okay, it's finally out. It's been battling with me, so it is quite dirty. So I'm gonna get it cleaned. And once this is proper clean, I'll put it back, and then in the meantime I'll get my wife to clean it up. In the meantime I'll take the thermostat out. Okay, so we've cleaned this up. Come have a look. It looks a lot better. Now there are 4 different compartments, including the lower part, so I can't really get to this side here, but it's a lot better than what it was, and I can say for sure normally water shouldn't even reach here. After running the engine for some time, if there's any problem with the head gasket, we'll see if there's any oil, but as far as I'm concerned, this looks good and it's good to go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cover off, and then I will try and pull the oil thermostat out. I've already got the replacement thermostat. It comes with the sensor, the thermostat and the housing. That's how they do it. A gasket that I'm gonna use here, because the other one looks like it's kind of failed. I pulled the screws out and I've seen some oil on the screws. That tells me the gasket has failed. The gasket has failed, as I said. It's absolutely gone. That's why we get some oil in there. And as you can see, oil in here. This is the thermostat. And the gasket is gone. Absolutely gone. The thermostat is actually closed right now. So I'm not entirely sure what the issue is, why I'm reading so cold. Even after half an hour of driving, the car is still cold. Let's compare to this other one. This looks like it has a different kind of closing mechanism and a lot stronger spring. This is how it looks. I've given it a little bit of clean to make sure the seal is gonna hold, and I've used some brake clean to get rid of any oil residue or anything like that, to make sure that there's gonna be no leaks. Now, as you can see, this engine has some major oil leaks. When I opened up the cover, this bolt right here was halfway undone, which tells me somehow this entire head cover is not sealing properly, which means I'm gonna have to, at some point within the project, open up this head cover, put a new seal around it and close it back up. Now we'll get the point where we're gonna have to clean everything, which means I'm gonna have to take out everything around here and clean it. But because right now this is still my daily driver, I'm working bits and pieces to keep it going while I keep fixing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the thermostat in, the new one, and then I'm gonna fill it with water, and then I'm gonna let it run to clean it up, and then I'm gonna do this twice, and at the end I'm just gonna put the antifreeze. Okay, the overflow tank is in, thermostat is in. We'll put some water, as you can see. We're gonna start the car up, let it heat up. Then you'll see this nice clean water can become so dirty. I'm gonna do that twice. Okay, so as you can see, the car is heating up now properly and pretty quickly. Every time when you change the thermostat, you need to put your heater to hot maximum and blow the air out at maximum. Because right now, even if the engine is hot, I'm still feeling cold air, which means it hasn't circulated through the heater matrix. Anytime now, the fan should kick in, and then the water will change color. This is going to circulate through the heater matrix and the engine. There you go. The heater matrix is open, the thermostat is open, and then the water changed color. It's actually pretty decent. I'm still going to wash it twice. The temperature has dropped and the car is blowing hot air, which is good. So we want to let this go back to 90. We'll stop it, drain the water out, and do this process twice, recirculating, and then the water's getting nastier and nastier. That should be clear. So that tells me it needed this clean. Right guys, the new water clean is in. We're gonna do the same process again. Start the car up, blow the heater to hot and maximum, and then we will let it run until we clean the engine again. I'm gonna do a third clean. Little bit of oil gunk, so I cleaned it again. I run the engine again. So I'm gonna do one last clean, and then I'll put the antifreeze in. There you go, third and final clean. I'm happy with this. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's 90% water only. So now I'm gonna take it out and put only concentrated antifreeze, and then top it up with water if needed. Okay guys, the antifreeze is in. Recirculated it. I'm gonna drive with it 250 miles today. When I get to my destination, I'm gonna let the engine cool down, check the level, and then top up with water as needed. Okay guys, I'm satisfied with what we have so far. New thermostat with the housing and the sensor. We've cleaned the engine 3 times, put new antifreeze in, recirculated the air. The car is producing very hot air, that's very good. The temperature is spot on, doesn't go above 90, only goes below 90 when it needs to. The fans kick in on the right time, perfect. I'm really happy with the progress we did today. There's one more thing I want to do just before we set off, is to change the fuel filter, just to make sure that that filter is running and cleaning the petrol properly. We are underneath the car. This is the old filter, and here I have the new filter. I need a T20 to unscrew it from there, and then it just easily clips from that side and this side, and just replace it that easy. In this particular car, it's on the passenger side, right next to the rear wheel. Okay guys, we're halfway there. We unclip this one, we gotta unclip this bit here, and then we have new clips for the new filter right over here. Okay guys, the new filter is installed. It was very easy. I have added there a zip tie to make sure it does not lose grip, because that clip there snapped, old plastics. I was looking around and then I saw the brake lines. They are a tiny bit corroded, especially there. So I gotta bear in mind to change these ASAP. Now that I have changed the fuel filter, the car won't start. So what you need to do is pry the fuel pump a couple of times to fill out the new fuel filter with fuel. Okay, let's try that. There you go. Thank you guys, that's it for today. Like and subscribe, share if you like what I do. We'll see you next week.